So a group of private folks who were wealthy downtown condo owners formed the original, it was called Waller Creek Park Conservancy, and then they changed the name to Waterloo Park. They went to the city and they said, if you'll build the flood control tunnel under the park and take this additional land out of the floodplain, we'll bring all this private philanthropy dollars to the table, and we can take care of the park, fix up the park, and it won't cost the city a dime. But you got to build the tunnel. So initially the tunnel was supposed to be $25 million, and then it was $60 million, and then it was $110, and it ended up costing, I believe we're at $165 million and counting for the flood control tunnel that was built. The private conservancy did go raise a ton of private philanthropy. They got $12 million from the Moody Foundation to build the Moody Amphitheater that was recently opened. But along the way, they got really ambitious, and they brought the guy down who was with the Highline Conservancy in New York City. And there is a master plan. They may have taken it off their website because it's so embarrassing if you actually read it, because they want to build a High Line from scratch. If anybody knows the High Line in New York City, it's super attractive. It was an old abandoned railroad that was elevated through the part of the city and broken down and teared down, and they were trying to get rid of it for a while as an eyesore. But then somebody figured out, hey, we can reclaim it and make this sort of elevated promenade where there used to be this elevated train, and it became this huge, wonderful thing. But it's sort of reclaiming a part of the city's park. In the plan, they are proposing to actually build an elevated park walkway over Waller Creek Park, so that the rich people that are associated with the hospital district and the innovation district and all that bullshit, they won't ever have to actually touch the earth or go down there near the creek where there might be somebody sleeping in the bushes. And the budget for this is about $300 million. And what they did was they went to the city and got a tax increment finance zone dedicated. And they actually have now a dedicated tax revenue stream diverted from the general fund that's projected to generate about $280 million for construction. They just kicked off phase 2, so not the elevated part, but a bridge across the lake at the mouth down. They were calling it the Delta, and I don't know what they're calling it now. They keep changing the names.